Okay, hi everyone, welcome to CBN. My name is Cameron. Today we're having an amazing night at the Blockchain Centre in Melbourne, and I'm here with lots of people and a special gentleman with me today. Hi, what's your name?
Russell.
Russell, thanks for being on the show.
Pleasure.
Now,
what would you like of me?
So I think it's great. I mean, a lot of people here. What makes you come to this place?
Oh, look, it's just a mecca for all things blockchain and for new ideas and for investors and companies alike to share their views and their products. Yeah, it's very interesting. I enjoy it.
And, to me and the next generation, they all will become involved in the blockchain industry in digital money. For you, is it too late?
No, I don't think it's too late for anybody. From my experience,
no.
The so-called experts out there don't really know a whole lot more than you and I do. It's new to everybody, basically. There are a very few developers that really understand it, but apart from that, we're all learning together. So, yeah, I think it has a long way to go.
And I think it's the start of the beginning in this industry. And to me, 15 years ago, I always think about digital money. When is it going to happen? And that was 15 years ago, and here we are now, right? When did you first heard about Bitcoin?
When it was $2. And unfortunately, no, I didn't buy any.
Oh my God.
Because which is stupid, because when you started thinking about digital money, I thought about it basically what PayPal came to do. I thought about it a long time before. So, yeah, well, I mean, we were slow to act, but it's not too late to act. I mean, ICOs are still attracting a lot of investment, and for the most part, that's with some pretty ordinary ideas, in my opinion. I think Fair Access is one of the better ones, and I wish you good luck with it.
Yeah. Hi, guys at Fair Access. We are going to speak to them later on. It's going to speak to the founder and his team, Ben. I think there's something that is unique in every blockchain right now, because it's starting off and everyone is pitching for something that's exciting. A great idea can make it happen.
That's right.
And it's going to happen for everyone, especially it's happening right here in Melbourne. Why you think? How did you hear about the Blockchain Centre here in Melbourne?
Well, I actually heard about it from a guy whom I've never seen here. He hasn't come himself. Yeah. But when I started to get interested in buying some Bitcoin, some altcoins, he recommended this place. So I rocked on in here and been coming ever since. That was about August, September last year. Yep. So I think I've been here every week bar one, and unfortunately next week I have to skip because I'll be in Brisbane. But yeah, it's great to have it on our doorstep. We're very fortunate. They brought a lot of very interesting people in here, some interesting ideas, and for it to be so close here in South Bank is just great. So
thanks so much. We have people here tonight, young and old, and all sorts of people, right? Different kind, male, female. I think there's more female here, about the same, I think.
No, even numbers, I think, yeah.
So before we go, right, the next 2 years, imagine the next 2 years, next 5 years, what's going to happen in this industry? You have any, maybe you can see a bit of it?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of changes in society in the next couple of years. In the traditional banking system, I think it's inevitable that it's going to fail, and hopefully digital money will be there with a solution, and hopefully it won't fall into the hands of a few. I think the only thing negative about the industry that I see at the moment is that sort of greed tends to overrule judgment a little bit, and I think if people look to a longer term game of freeing each other, freeing the people of the world, then blockchain and digital money has a huge way to go.
So in that case, how important is education and information is in this sort of industry to get people out there?
It's very important. It's very important, but you need to be educating yourself, because like even with the school, you can't rely on the quality of information you're taught. It's taught to you by people that don't necessarily want you to be terribly well educated. So it's up to individuals to educate themselves. We have to come here and learn from likes of yourself and just evaluate what's going on around us and see where we think we can invest or where we cannot. And teach yourself.
In this market, right, we know that we are next door to Asia, right? So for you, where do you think the first true cryptocurrency is going to come from, in terms of government legalization and infrastructure, Asia, Europe, America, and so on. Where do you think it's going to happen?
I'm an absolute libertarian, so I'd like to see government totally uninvolved in this endeavour. And that's possible if the community stick together and don't succumb to the greed. I mean, it's what attracted me to it in the first place, was the fact that I could see a real alternative to traditional markets. And that was sabotaged a bit to an extent because people just went for the greed rather than looking to actually invest in a reliable currency that offered something. And hopefully that'll moderate and change. I mean, they've got a few fingers burned, so we need to sit back and take a look at it and learn our lessons and say, well, if we can't regulate ourselves, the government's going to do it for us. And I don't think many of us want that.
All right, thanks so much for sharing your amazing journey and in this industry. I think it's going to change a lot of people that are viewing on CBN Live right now. It's going to be opportunity for everyone to get involved, and it's all about taking ownership and cutting out the middleman and also decentralization. Thanks so much.
Exactly. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so come over here, guys. We're going to speak to a couple more people. Let's have a couple up here. How you going? Hi, can I get you for a minute? All right. Sorry. Okay, so welcome back. So we're going live on CBN Live on our Facebook page.
Good day, everyone.
Hello.
Good. Hello. Good.
Now we've got a chance to speak to one of the founder who got an amazing journey in terms of cryptocurrency, and we're going to find out a bit more about his blockchain organization, how he got started. So what's your name again, and what is your blockchain name?
So my name's Adrian, and I'm with Watermelon Block. We're not a blockchain, but we operate on the NEM blockchain. So we're a data analytics company that does sentiment analysis to give cryptocurrency traders an edge on the market.
Now, this is something that's new. That's something that's a lot of people out there in the market that are reaching out for. In terms of market, which market are you reaching out for at the moment? Is it local or is it overseas or online?
Yeah, so it's definitely the international market, really the fintech space in a whole. So novice and experienced users, but our first application, we're really aiming towards the novice user and having them bridge the gap so anyone can trade in the cryptosphere.
In terms of the different market, and also in terms of the name is so unique and so special, right? Tell me about that. How did you come about the name, you guys?
Yeah, so Watermelon Block, it's just kind of a fun name. We're trying to remove the stigma behind blockchain and cryptocurrencies and make it engaging for everyone. So Watermelon Block, it's sweet and delicious, and who doesn't love watermelon?
All right, so I'm sure there's some watermelon behind us right there, so I'm sure I'll let you enjoy it, and we'll come back and speak to you again. Thanks so much for sharing the amazing blockchain journey.
Fantastic, thanks so much, mate.
There's drinks, pizzas at the back,
so
some more snacks, some more beers, some more wine.
Speak to some more guys coming up.
So please go have some.
Everyone is having a nice snack food right now, but we're going to speak to some more people here. Okay, so we're going to speak to the guys here. Jason.
Hey,
how you going?
Man, good to see you.
Good to see you guys. So we're going live. You want to come on for a quick minute? Okay, so we're going to speak to a nice gentleman. His name is Jason. He's actually one of the directors in blockchain. Blockchain. Hi, Jason. Welcome back.
Good to have you back since the Bitcoin and Blockchain Fair in Melbourne Convention Centre.
Fantastic. Now we're going live on CBN Live right now. So what's been happening since we last spoke?
NEM is growing. We now have 80 members across Australia and New Zealand. We just had one company raise $1 million Australian dollars on the NEM blockchain. It's called rocketshoes.io. You can find them out at rocketshoes.io. And I'll be flying off to Malaysia next week, Hong Kong and New Zealand to help build the NEM ecosystem.
Yeah. Take CBN Live with you guys, right?
Yeah, if you'd like to come along, we'll be more than happy. Yeah,
so in terms of selecting, right? How does that process work in terms of selecting? You or partnership with some of the key blockchain that startup.
Yep. So we select companies that are already understanding what blockchain is, and they want to build on a blockchain, but they're choosing which blockchain protocol to work on. That's the key.
So what are the top five? Who are the top five blockchain protocol to work on right now?
So obviously the NEM blockchain will be one of them. You want to look at those that are working. So Ethereum obviously is a one to consider. Yep. There are some that haven't yet. They are in the works of being developed, and some have proven. Neo, Cardano, EOS are some in the top 20, and this is some you should look at. There's a NEM company that recently pitched called Watermelon Block as well. You'd like to interview them?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we just interviewed Adrian already. So welcome, Adrian. Welcome back. So yeah, we talk about watermelon block already, and it's just an amazing area to be into. But I think we're going to see a bit more about you. We keep in contact and we go on live with him as well. So Jason, I'll let you. How was the pitch today? So we'll let you go. Thanks so much, Jason.
Okay, good.
All right. So how was the pitch today?
It was an interesting one. I didn't know it was a 5-minute cap on the pitch. So it was a 15-minute presentation condensed into 5 minutes. A little bit tongue-tied there at a point, but it's always fun getting up in front of everyone and talking about the product.
Okay, I always like the visualization and the sound and the video and the promo. Tell me how do we find that video? Because we didn't see that.
We didn't see the video. Where do we get it? So if you head to watermelonblock.io, you can have a look at all of our information. Of course, we've got a Telegram group. Jump online and just search for Watermelon Block. We're pretty easily found, all one word. And definitely come and join our community.
All right, thanks so much for that, Adrian.
So much,
catch up soon. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we're going to speak to one of the guys that did some pitch on this one. So guys, come over here. Hi, Kara. Stay here. So we're gonna speak to you for a minute. We're going live on CBN now. So we are speaking to
Scott from Rockets.
Oh, really?
Okay, so come across a bit. Okay, so this is Kara, guys. Kara's from CBN Live as well. So we've got a team here that going live on cryptocurrency industry. We are the most famous live streaming on social media right now. So I just come across this way. So now the name is so unique and so special, right? How do you spell it?
ROCKT, Rockets.
Okay. How did you come with that name or your team?
It was a bit of a play on cryptocurrency people, community in terms of rocket going to the moon. And we wanted something short, catchy, sharp, so we thought Rocket was a great name.
Okay, so now going to the blockchain area and then how it got started, right? When did you come across Bitcoin?
Around 2014 was when I first got involved in Bitcoin. I guess like a lot of people, I was looking at it on and off, doing various things, and then I really got serious about it sort of last year, and I've worked for Ethlend, which is a peer-to-peer decentralized lending platform, and then I decided to go out on my own really, and saw a bit of a gap in the market, so I decided to pursue that.
Now you got a lot of key and experienced board members in your organization in Rockets. So how did they come about?
Through various contacts, through people I've either worked with previously or people who have, I guess, an interest in the space. So I've really just, reached out to people who I thought would be a good fit. I guess I'm trying to focus a lot on the making a long-term platform that works really, really well. And I guess for that, people are really key to deliver that. So.
Okay, so thanks for sharing. Now, going back to the Rocket platform, to share with our viewers, how does that work? And in terms of, is it an exchange or is it exchange between crypto or fiat to crypto and so on?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix really. So I guess I call it a copy trading or social trading platform really. So in that it's quite a bold vision, I guess. So there's social media aspects to it. There's an exchange, decentralized exchange. There's centralized exchange aspects. So it's quite a big vision overall. But I think at this stage, anyway, social trading is probably the biggest, the best way to describe it. And in terms of access into it, as I mentioned, I want user experience to be a key focus. So, fiat into the platform, crypto into the platform will all be priorities.
So you're using your own blockchain or?
Initially based on Ethereum and potentially looking into other options as well, including off-chain scaling solutions and sidechains and various other technical solutions to, I guess, providing the best user experience possible.
And in terms of users and investors, what sort of user and investor are you looking for at the moment you want to share with our viewers?
Yeah. So I guess the initial target market is probably people who are relatively new to crypto or just don't have a lot of time to really research a whole lot of new ICOs, lots of different coins, different currencies. And in terms of, I guess, investors at the moment, we're currently going through a private sale. So there we're really looking for people who can add value to the team in terms of advisory or contacts. We've got quite a few contacts between the team ourselves, but any way which we can expand that is really, really good. Yeah, and I guess investors-wise, in terms of the ICO, etc., really people who are just looking for an easy way to manage their crypto investments, really.
So I'm an ex-banker, and I work in bank for over 10 years, but now I'm a crypto and forex trader on my own. So, and I'm also sitting on an advisory board with Desto in Asia. Are you looking at expanding to Asia later on?
Absolutely. So it's global from the start.
Yeah, we might have a chat after this live. All right. So now the next 2 years, where do you see the rockets going to be going?
In the next 2 years, look, I mean, I've got a bold vision. So let's hope the rocket goes to the moon
and beyond.
Yes, exactly. No, look, I'm really excited about the opportunities that are, I guess, presented by the market and the platform. We've had really positive feedback so far, so I'm really excited to see where it will go. But there are so many. I guess even just talking to people around here, there are so many different opportunities for what we can get into, and crypto is really just a start. It's a multi-billion, trillion-dollar industry in terms of asset management, ETFs, funds, traders, everything. So huge opportunities.
Okay, so I think, will you be listed in the coin market cap?
Let's go top 10.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Okay, so keep an eye on Rocket and make sure you keep in touch. How do they get in contact with you guys?
You can head on over to rocket.io. We've also got a Telegram chat, Twitter account, Facebook. You can find us all there.
All right, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy. All right, guys, follow me. We're going to speak to some more blockchain starters and how they got involved in this industry. Let's come this way. Okay, so now tonight was very crowded night. Heaps of people everywhere. I was going to keep an eye on. I think. Huh? Okay, have a look at the pizza sky. This is. Hang on. Okay, this is the. All right, the pizza's gone. All right, as you can see, it's gone. There's some chips left, and sauce, tacos, and beers. I'm not going to touch it right now. Okay. So now I'm going to speak to right now. So I'm going to speak to the founder here. He's going to be back shortly after he had the time. So hi, how are you going, Ben?
Good, Cam.
Yeah, look, guess what I'm wearing?
Fair access.
Yes. So
t-shirt.
That's right. So welcome to the program. Now, tonight's speech was amazing. A lot of people were astonished, and I spoke to one of the gentlemen. I won't mention his name, but he likes you guys the most. So why is it important that fair access has got a lot of people's attention?
I think just because it puts fairness back into the process, right? So it rewards the most passionate and committed fans, and it gives them access to the thing that they really want. And before the internet, we used to line up for things, and the internet stopped all that. And so, people get very frustrated by it. They don't like getting put in lotteries and whatever. And so this gives them some control over the process.
So I'll talk about control and talk about moving forward. Since we last spoke last week at the blockchain, the Bitcoin and blockchain fair, what has been happening since then up to now?
Well, we've been working on our white paper. We've been following up with a lot of the investor connections that we met at the B&B fair. Some of them are really promising, because we're just really focused on getting some private funding at this stage, and to fund our ICO process. Yeah.
That's a good start. So a lot of people want to know also about fair access, and they want to understand from yourself and the team, how did you come about with the name?
Well, we just kind of fair access, it was just a no-brainer. But we have gone by previous names, names previously. I mean, we did build this on a .NET platform. It was just a really working prototype, and we were called EQ at that stage. When we went to the US, we were called Check in Line. Oh yeah. But we thought, okay, well, let's have a rebrand and let's call it Fair Access.
Now, I think you're going to create a big community of Fair Access followers when they see you on CBN Live. What do you say to people out there that are lining up day and night to get this one ticket and about coming over to Fair Access?
Well, you don't need to line up in the real world, but so. If people are lining up in the real world, we actually think that's good. I mean, 9 Inch Nails recently announced that they were only issuing physical paper tickets, right? And so you had to line up for things because they were fed up with the current way of doing things, where scalpers and bots get online and whatever. So we actually think that's good, but it's not convenient, right? So I might have the time to camp out for 4 days, but you might not, and it's not really fair that you don't get access to that ticket.
I think Fair Access is it because it builds a community where it's not just for one particular market where people are lining up. It's actually for everybody, and because the time is in only 24 hours a day, a lot of people don't have time to do this, and they have other things to do. So, and now the online platform is growing so fast in terms of blockchain, in terms of cryptocurrency. A lot of people knows about it, and they want to know more about Fair Access, where it's going. I think this is where we can actually learn more about how you guys are progressing down the future. So before we go, what do you see Fair Access going in the next year or two? Where is it going to be?
Well, by mid next year, hopefully we'll release our platform, and we're doing a lot of ICOs. That's our first target market is ICOs, and we got a really good response from the B&B fair. In fact, a couple of people came to us and said, "Can I use this to run my ICO?" And I said, "It's actually not ready yet. That's why we're going to ICO, so we can raise the funds to develop it." Hopefully by the middle of next year, we've got a platform out in the market, and we're running ICOs.
Wow, this is exciting. It's going to be massive, guys. Keep an eye on Ben and his team, Fair Access. So ICO, what sort of ICO are you looking for at first? Or is it anyone that's just come in, or is it some sort of industry that's actually needed most? What sort of community are you wanting?
Yeah, well, we only really want to do really innovative ICOs, right? So so we'll have our own vetting process with this. We don't want any ICO just using our platform. They have to be a really innovative company, and have a really good team behind them. We'll have our own vetting process. Yeah.
Wow, this is exciting. I think they're onto something here. I think you guys should keep an eye on Fair Access, because we're going to keep an eye on Fair Access as well. So we're going to get some more updates from Ben and his team, and also find out a bit more of where they're going from now on. So thanks so much for being on the show today, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Catch up with you next time.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks very much, mate. Well done. Okay, so we're going to speak to some more before we go. Maybe one more over here. There's a nice lady here that actually come over from the city. So we're going to speak to her 1 minute. So here we go. Excuse me. How are you?
How are you?
Good. Welcome to CBN Live. We're going live on Facebook on our page. So thanks for being on the show. I'm Cameron.
Cameron, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mandy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, how did you find out about the Blockchain Centre? You work here, or?
Through a colleague. My friend introduced me.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm actually a tourist, so from Auckland. Yep. So this size is much bigger than those in Auckland.
Okay, how big is it?
Usually they have the monthly meetups. So yeah, and now this one is a slightly bigger, and the frequency is higher. Yeah.
What do you think of having Blockchain Centre like this to share to the world?
Sorry. What?
How important is having a blockchain center for everyone to use?
I think it's like a hub to the investors and for the startup companies, so they can communicate and then they can do the trading. So yeah, it's like a home to everyone. Yeah.
Would you come back again here? Would you bring your friends to this place again?
Yeah, probably. So because you guys got frequent meetups, and yeah, we will show up.
And did you have some free food?
Yeah, very nice stream.
Okay, so thanks so much for being on the show live stream today. I think your friend just walk off and get some food. I think she's going to come back later, but look, thanks so much for being on the show. Enjoy your night. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go and say goodbye. So as you can see, there are people area tonight at the Blockchain Centre, and come down. They have it every weekday, especially midweek, Wednesday, Thursday. And if you want to follow us, just make sure you click like and share all the live stream at the moment, and we'll come back and speak to you shortly. Bye for now, guys.